Kelly Stafford. Shout out to my Lions fans. We know all about Kelly Stafford. We had to deal with them for, 10, 12 years? But Stafford been dealing with her a little bit longer than that because he met her in college. And Craig, did you hear what Kelly Stafford did in college? If you didn't, let me explain.
I did hear, and I shouldn't have never heard. I would have been fine living my life, never hearing what happened.
To the people who might not know what went down. Let's explain to the people.
I'll explain to y'all the best way because this is the only way I know. Of course, I'm never going to hear about this podcast. I don't even know who did the podcast. I don't even know.
Derek with a good explanation. She was catching TDs from the backup QBs. Shout out to the chat. That's exactly what
Shout out to Derek Brown for that. That's a great joke.
That is a very good joke.
For this, so what I was saying was
she was catching the
so the D. We can the D. We can say that.
The D.
The D. So anyway,
he ended up in the D.
The best way to explain it for some, I'm never going to watch this podcast. I don't know who this is. Don't even know who the host is. But the biggest thing and the biggest story of all is because of who Matthew Stafford is, Super Bowl champion LA Rams, right? I believe, right? That's that guy.
Yeah,
see?
Historic bum of the Detroit Lions.
Put me on the sports show. I know who these people are. Shout out to Odell Beckham.
He was a Lion for way more. He only been in the Rams for like 2 years, bro.
Shout out to Odell Beckham. Cooper Kupp.
Odell Beckham ain't played there in 2 years, Craig.
I know, but he won a championship with them. Even though he was injured and he only played for like a quarter or whatever. But anyways.
What clip you saw that on, Greg?
Why can't I get no respect for my sports knowledge? Just because I'm right.
What Instagram clip
I may have watched the Super Bowl. I watched the important games. But anyway.
The sports fans don't watch the Super Bowl. It's on. Only football fans actually watch. No one actually watches.
Oh, man. Okay. So Matthew Stafford's wife was on a podcast. She went on the podcast. They asked her, I don't even know how it came up. It don't even matter because this is something as a wife you're supposed to hold down. Also, as a husband, you're supposed to hold down. If you mess with one of the cheerleaders or whatever, you're supposed to hold down. That's all we can hope for Matthew Stafford for. Anyway, she was on the podcast and she let everybody in the world know that she slept with, my bad. Hold on. I heard the clip. I have to take that back. I'm sorry, she didn't say that. That's not the quote. She dated. Mm-hmm. You take that to mean whatever you want.
I'm going to get a translation once Craig finished with the story.
You take that to mean whatever you want it to mean. She dated his backup quarterback to make him jealous when they was on a break or whatever. And then it really did work and all of that. And he was the bad boy. She was kind of saying it like, oh, he was a bad boy too. He was the total opposite of Matthew and da-da-da-da-da. And then Matthew came and said that he wasn't like, he not for you and all of that. Crazy, right? They married, got kids, all of that. Super Bowl champion. They've been together, high school sweethearts, through college, whatever, through all of that. They made it through. Respect to them. Craziness, though, for you to just not love me enough to just hold that down. The world don't know that, and now they know me. You just gave every team ammo.
Let me say this, bro. As a Lions fan, we've been dealing with Kelly Stafford a long time. And let me tell y'all one thing about Kelly Stafford. She talked too much. This ain't new. Her running off she always trying to attract attention. When they won a Super Bowl, if you go back, it was all kind of media reports. Matthew Stafford wife says this. Matthew Stafford wife said that.
She's been wilding?
She's been wilding, bro. But this was over the top. But you know what this is, Matthew Stafford? As a person who experienced this, bro, and I'm healing. Right now, bro, you're probably broken. You're probably broken, bro, because she's too comfortable. And what happens is sometimes when we love somebody, Craig, you let them go past boundaries because you love them. You don't want to be tripping on them. You let them go past boundaries, and they take a little step here, little step there. This can be man or woman. You know what I'm saying? This is anybody. You start letting them go past these boundaries, and then what happens is she been crossing boundaries so long, Craig. She got in this moment and said, "I don't care about no boundaries. I'm gonna talk my truth."
He don't give me none.
You know what I'm saying?
He never give me no boundaries.
So what happened was she tried to use verbiage that gave her plausible deniability, like I dated. Nah, that ain't what you did. You kind of went out here and did some reckless stuff trying to make him jealous. That's what you did. And now, Matt, you are embarrassed, bro. You cannot live this down, bro. Every time somebody sacked you, they gonna be like, yeah, got you down, just like she took your backup down. Like, bro, you gonna get violated, bro, forever because she went on there and expressed something that she never had to talk about. But I've been in that situation, Craig, when you bring your woman around who, really can't get away from her days of garden tooling. You know what I'm saying? It comes out, bro. Sometimes in groups. And it's like, it's one thing if you telling me some of your stories, like I'm sure Matthew know about these things. But when you go in public and put this on display, you obviously was not thinking about how I was gonna feel about this whatsoever. You just running your mouth. And now what? Everybody knows she a toss up, bro.
It's not even that. She probably not even a toss up or nothing. She probably just, cause she probably don't be wilding out like that. Like she said, she dated him. She probably went to pursue him to make sure that she get back at him. And she is a woman still. So she just probably threw it on him. Who's not the backup quarterback is gonna do that. That's another thing she's talking about. Dated. The bad boy
backup QB.
The bad boy backup
Go
QB.
knock off the running back, the starter, the wide receiver.
But nah, I wanted to make him mad.
Lineman. You went and got the backup QB. He ain't gonna play.
I'm trying to make you mad. He is the bad boy backup QB. You don't think he's smashing just to make sure? Hey, you might be starting. You might think you better than me, but
man, Stafford is wilding. Because if I'm Matt Stafford and I know I'm finna be the number 1 pick in the draft and you go do something with the backup QB, you're gonna have to work a job for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah,
I win. Like I'm not gonna forget that. I'm not forgetting nothing.
We didn't have kids yet at that point either.
You gotta go.
You got to stay with that.
Forget.
You got to stay with that backup.
You gotta allow her
now.
to be the gardener, bro. She needs all the tools in life to be a gardener, and let her go gardening tool out here, bro. That's what you gotta let her do, bro.
Yeah, she wouldn't be the one doing in that case. This not for my queens out there, especially my black queens. But in that case, she wouldn't be gardening. She'd be the garden tool. So she'd just be chilling, waiting for someone else to come and use her when they wanted to get some growth.
Hey, you can't say that, Craig. I got a pander right now. I got a pander.
Okay.
I got a pander to the ladies. She's a gardener because it is her decision that she wants to be gardening. She is not at their disposal. She's a gardener, and maybe she's out here planting her seeds in the world. Let her garden.
You're right.
We are not going to judge you, Kelly. Garden away.
You're right.
Smut it away, baby.
We let them get away with everything else. She can be the garden too who also
you identify as a gardener.
She can be the garden too who also... Hey, nothing else they do makes sense, right?
He said that. I didn't say that.
But you believe it.
I'm supporting.